welcome back to another edition of the RelationSHIFT Revelations series. This question asks, what do you do to keep your relationship fresh? Relationships can get stagnant so easily and seem to come out of nowhere, right? Well, I think the first thing is to flirt. Yeah, just flirt with your partner. Do you remember back in high school when someone would flirt with you and you're like, oh, I think they like me, right? That feeling of someone possibly being attracted to you, how exciting that was. Well, there is no reason why you cannot flirt with your partner. And why we stop flirting with each other after time is beyond me. So I say flirt, whatever that looks like to you. And if you've lost attraction for your partner, then most likely you're holding some resentment. Because if you were once attracted to that person, there's no reason for you not to be attracted to them any longer. So there's some resentment. Either they've changed, you've changed, something's changed, and you have some resentment that needs to be worked through. So if you're not flirting authentically, you've got to look at the resentment that you have and where it's coming from. Because it comes from a partner not holding up to their end of the deal. When the partner starts off being a certain person and then they change and they're not growing or evolving at the same pace as you potentially, there's a resentment. Like, I really thought we were going to grow through this life together and you got lazy or you got content or you just got too comfortable and you lost interest, and I thought we were on this path together. So those conversations need to be had with your partner if this is truly how you're feeling. If you don't feel like they're keeping up to their end of the deal when you started, to the agreement that you had in the beginning, and hopefully you had an agreement on how you both wanted it to be. I hope that you had that conversation. It's never too late to have that conversation, which brings me to the next point, which is something Brad and I do, and I love it, and it's called a checkpoint. We, on our 1-year anniversary, had another checkpoint. We did this while we were dating, and it proved to me that we are worthy of some really good communication skills. The checkpoint was, at our anniversary dinner, and I just said, okay, let's talk about us and our relationship. And we look at all the different categories: spiritual, mental stimulation, physical, emotional. Are our needs being met on all these different levels? And we just have a heart-to-heart conversation about it. It was beautiful because we agreed that we are really meeting our needs on all these levels. But if you don't stop and have a checkpoint every now and then, because life gets in the way, kids get in the way, stuff gets in the way, one of those aspects of life could fall to the wayside. And that's where resentment starts building, and that's when we stop flirting and becoming attracted to our partner. And so it's really important to have those checkpoints. Anniversaries are a great time to have those checkpoints and have open, honest communication. Because people evolve, and not always at the same pace. So a checkpoint keeps you on the same page to know where each other is and what's important in their life. And a year is a good span of time to see the growth in one another. And the last thing, to me, what keeps a relationship fresh is space. Space to be alone in solitude with ourselves, just me. Be it running or doing yoga, or if you're a guy, fishing, golfing, whatever it is, but doing your own thing. It's one thing to know who you are in relationship to your partner. It's another thing to know yourself in relation to your higher self. So who are you when no one is around? That person is a reflection of your true nature, in your true state of being. Do you sing? Do you dance? Or do you lollygag? Or do you mope around? Are you looking for distractions to avoid what you really should be doing? Are you genuinely happy? Are you worried? I mean, these times when we're alone, they give us an opportunity to do a checkpoint with ourselves, to gauge where we are and where we still need to do some healing. But if we're constantly with people and constantly in the space of others, we don't have that opportunity. So self-awareness is so important to keep your relationship fresh. And then, of course, listen. Listen to that inner voice within you. Listen Actively listen to your partner. Everyone wants to feel heard. And it's one quick way to empower them. And it's definitely a way to empower yourself, is to really be honest with yourself and where you are in the relationship. So those are just some ways to keep the relationship fresh. I'd love to hear some of your ideas.
This is the fourth question in the RelationSHIFT Revelations series. And that question is, what are ways to keep your relationship fresh? And what's very interesting, and Spirit is sharing with me, is that really as a relationship grows and develops, they're showing me a lot of karma to that relationship. Well, RelationSHIFT, really, if you're on the right path. But there's really strength, determination. There's a balance, and that I talked about in the recent post that I did about love, and how there's always needing balance, cooperation. There's always a choice. So you have a choice to make the relationship work and to keep it fresh. And another thing is starting either new projects, new activities together. Find your passion and share those passions. They're also saying what you sow is what you'll reap. So, if you have shared ideas, goals, visions, you're moving dimensionally in a very similar direction. There's ways that you can really keep the relationship fresh. And one of the most amazing things is, as you're moving along the 5D direction, is working in cooperation for different visions. For, someone might want to create something special in their life. Perhaps you're wanting maybe to go on a vacation, or you want to manifest a new home. So working together in meditation towards those goals really, really is exciting and fresh, because when the opportunity presents itself, the relationship is so much stronger when that shared goal is achieved. It's just really, really amazing. Working in the energetic field and seeing it come to fruition in the physical field is just so rewarding and so exciting. And then you're just like, okay, what should we create next? And that really can supercharge a relationship and keep it very, very fresh. And then I think it all boils down to, again, a lot of similar goals and values and beliefs, and always being there for the other person and always seeing them in their highest self, the best vision of that person. And looking at that relationship like it could be a karmic lesson that you're both here to learn and help each other develop. And just seeing new and different ways that you can do that could really help to keep the relationship fresh. Going on trips, having a passion, a hobby, something interesting to do. As you're, getting ready to retire, maybe you're thinking about doing traveling, and that can always keep a relationship very fresh, especially when you're in new locations. Every so often, my husband and I did that. We had a fifth wheel that we would travel in, so we were always going to different cities, and we loved just investigating and being little explorers and learning about the town and meeting new people, and it was just so much fun. And then we would compare our stories about, I heard this, or I saw that, or blah, blah, blah. And so that was really, really fun for us. And then really seeing the world through the eyes of a child and being childlike with wonder. and really looking at things that way, you can see a lot of miracles and magic happening around you. And that, again, is just a very fun way to have a relationship stay fresh. But I think if you're you're just such good friends, and you're so, I guess, in honor of each other, and you respect each other so much, it's just so easy, and every day you just feel like is a blessing, and it's just a miracle to be with that person and to be able to share your life with them. And I would say really to look at what are you grateful for about that person, because the more gratitude you have towards your other half and towards your relationship, that could be the key to really making things fresh and exciting. And then having the balance when you know, oh, okay, maybe I was doing too much, or maybe taking too much away from the relationship. Now let me honor the other person and let me give back and let me help my partner. What could I do? And I feel like that could be another way to help strengthen the relationship and also to keep it fresh. But I hope that helps. Again, as always, please share in the comments your successes and what's helping to keep your relationship fresh. I would love to hear it. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.